Hello and welcome to Damnable Delvings, where I delve into the damnable world of horror media. Today is another unboxing video. Yes! This month's most recent Abominable Book Club order has arrived. I'm interested to see what's inside it, so we're going to open this up together and have a look to see what there is. Okay. So first and foremost, we can see the first thing in here is a paperback book. This is What Kind of Mother by Clay McLeod Chapman. I'm not familiar with this author, but it's a nice cover. I like the cover a lot. It says, after striking out on her own as a teen mother, Maddie Price is forced to return to her hometown of Brandywine, Virginia, with her 17-year-old daughter. With nothing to her name, she scrapes together a living as a palm reader at the local farmer's market. It's at the market she reconnects with her high school boyfriend, Henry McCabe, who now is a reclusive local fisherman whose infant son, Skylar, went missing 5 years ago. Everyone in town is sure Skylar is dead, but when Maddie reads Henry's palm, she's haunted by strange and disturbing visions that suggest otherwise. As she follows the thread of these visions, Maddie discovers a terrifying monster waiting at the centre of the labyrinth, and it's coming for everyone she holds dear. So this is a new book. This is published by Titan. It's got a lot of really great comments on here. An entertaining brew, sure to inform your nightmares, says Paul Tremblay. A good old-fashioned salty summer scare about the beautiful, terrifying power of belief, says Caroline Kepnes. A masterpiece, says Ronald Malfi. Deeply unsettling, says Sarah Gailey. Beautifully written, deftly plotted, and completely engrossing, says Rachel Harrison. So it's good. Initially, I did think the description on the back sounded a little bit like one of those Hallmark romantic movies. You know, the woman moving back to her hometown and then meeting up with an old boyfriend. But clearly it's not heading in that direction. So yeah, I look forward to reading that. What else do we have? We have another paperback here. This is 19 Claws and a Blackbird by Augustina Bazterrica, from the author of Tender is the Flesh. That's a book that I believe was a big book on BookTok, on TikTok. Delightfully unexpected, tar dark, says the Irish Times. Fetishistic gore with a bewitching allure, says the Big Issue. So in these tense, chilling stories, bodies fall from the sky, perfectly manicured nails conceal grisly secrets, and violence pulses from behind gleaming facades. From hellish visions to obsessive relationships, Augustina Bazterrica takes us to the dark heart of human desires and fears. Shocking, brutal, yet glinting with sharp humour, this is a breathtaking dive into human monstrousness from a master of contemporary horror. So I've heard of Augustina Bazterrica. This is translated, by the way, by Sarah Moses. Augustina Bazterrica is an Argentinian novelist and short story writer who is a central figure in the Buenos Aires literary scene. She has received several awards for her writing, most notably the Premio Clarin novella for her second novel, Tender is the Flesh. So I shall look forward to reading that. You don't get many short story collections from horror authors these days. I remember in the 80s they were all doing them, but not so popular nowadays. So before we move on to, just so you can see how they package it for you. There's a little bag there with some treats, and I can see another treat in there, and they have little bits of chipped up cardboard in there. I think last month it was sort of shredded pages. So we have, in terms of treats, we have a white chocolate blueberry swirl chocolate slab, handmade in Lincolnshire, which is not that far from me actually. White chocolate bar with blueberry flavoured swirl from Hames Chocolatier. I'm not a big fan of fruit in chocolate, so I will probably pass this on to another member of my family who will be happily devouring that later. I shouldn't wonder. But yeah, that sounds nice. I'm not sure if I've seen Hames before, but I must have done. And what do we have in our little bag of goodies? Here we are. Normally these are drinks in here of some description, so we see what we've got. So we have a Lion's coffee bag, Percadilly number 4, deep and intense. Nice. A Dorset tea, it's a fruit tea, foraged fruits, blackberry, strawberry and raspberry flavoured infusion inspired by life in Dorset. Something nice for summer. We also have a Twinings Glow, strawberry and cucumber with green tea and aloe vera. It says biotin on it. I don't know what that means, but presumably it means it's good for you. We also have a Galaxy Instant Hot Chocolate, lovely. And finally, we have a Nescafe Cappuccino. Can't go wrong with a nice cappuccino. So that's all the treats and drinks that we have. And then finally in here, oh no, wait, there's some more bits and bobs underneath here, but here is my second-hand book. Now it feels like a hardback to me, so we'll look at that in a moment. Put that there. So what do we have? We have a sticker. Final girl shit, it says, and features a girl with an axe and a knife, because you can never be too armed if you're a final girl, and an asymmetrical bob. That's nice. She's wearing a denim jacket. They're very in at the moment, I understand. All the rage. We also have a signed book plate for Clay McLeod Chapman's book, signed by Clay McLeod Chapman. So that's nice. That I'm never sure whether or not I should stick those inside the book or not. Feels a bit weird. What else do we have? It's shuffling through here. So we have a little letter from Clay McLeod Chapman. Take my hand. You're going to read that a lot in What Kind of Mother, mainly from Maddie, our palm reading protagonist, but I wanted to snatch it for a second and use it for myself. It's rare to have a chance to directly address any readers out there, so I thought I'd use that phrase for a different reason. When Maddie uses it, she's primarily speaking about her hustle as a palm reader. Here, though, I'm asking for your trust in me as a storyteller. This one's going to get weird. What Kind of Mother has been out in the States for a few months now, and the response has been, well, wild. The common refrain has been, WTF, which, truth told, wasn't what I was expecting. The book has been pretty polarising amongst readers, so I can only imagine what your personal reaction might be, but I just want to say up front, thank you for diving in. These books are our bond. You're making a pact with the author and putting your faith in their ability as storytellers to guide you through the story. That you're embarking upon this journey with me through the brackish waters of What Kind of Mother is awe-inspiring and slightly terrifying, for me, prospect. I just know that I don't take that responsibility lightly. The book was written from a few different places, but the foundation was always love. I wanted to write about love, both a mother and a father's love. As a parent myself, navigating the rocky terrain of child rearing, particularly a special needs child, and mucking it all up practically on a daily basis, I wanted to write about the energy it takes to create a family, maintain it, and what manifests in the process. Parenting is hard. You don't need this book to tell you that. I doubt I'll be winning any Father of the Year awards over here, but the thing that helps me sleep at night is the belief that I tried, that every choice, no matter how exhausted, comes from the place of love. Now this book is taking its first few steps into the world all on its own. It's in your hands. Will you read from a place of love? I hope so. This book needs all the love it can get. And this was written by Clay McLeod Chapman on January the 18th, 2024. Well, as a father myself and a father to a special needs child, possibly this book's going to have a bigger effect on me than maybe I initially thought. So we'll see what that's like. But I'll certainly be coming back to that later on. So let's see what else we have in here. We have there's a bookmark, the Abominable Book Club, a digital spoiler scan for digital spoiler on there, and then it's another little bit of flash fiction, and then we have a photo competition to win a James Herbert hardback signed. Take a selfie, photo or video with the creature's eyes as your own, post it to Instagram, TikTok or Facebook tagging them and 2 friends who like horror. So, I mean, this sort of thing, do they? Oh. Well, there we are. Maybe try and do something a little bit more interesting with that. And we also have here an art card of the Overlook Hotel. Don't know if you can see that. I'll try and make sure I move it a little bit just to make sure there's no reflection, but that's very nice. That will look very nice on my bookshelf, I think, so that's where it should be going. So let's just move this out of the way now. And that is everything except the mystery book. I am prepared for the mystery book with a pair of scissors. So shall we see what is contained within? How old will it be? Will it be horror? Will it be mystery? I don't know. It's wrapped up in brown paper. Let's just find out. They always do a lovely job of wrapping these, actually. What wonders do we have? It's a Graham Masterton, The House at Phantom Park. I've read a lot of Graham Masterton in the past, but I haven't read any for 20 years probably. And I'm not familiar with this book, so I'm assuming it's a newer one. It's in lovely condition. You wouldn't think it was secondhand, to be honest. It looks like it's never been read. Yes, given the amount of books that are listed in the front here, you can see it's one of his later books. Oh, it's really new, 2022. So, is this a first edition? It is not, but very nice nonetheless. So, what's this about? In this abandoned hospital, pain lives on and it wants revenge. St. Philomena's military hospital has been abandoned for over 3 years. Now, Lillian Chesterfield, who works for one of the most successful building companies in England, is in charge of developing it into a luxury housing complex. But as soon as she and her colleagues start working in the Jacobean-style mansion, their dream turns into a nightmare. They hear screaming from wards full of empty beds. They hear doors slamming and find cutlery scattered over the kitchen floor. And then they see faces peering at them from the mullioned windows. Lillian is pragmatic. She doesn't believe in the supernatural. But just when she's put her mind at rest by scouring the mansion from top to bottom and finding nothing, a former patient at St. Philomena's arrives with a warning. The hospital is haunted, and it is haunted by something 1,000 times more terrifying than a ghost. So there we are. Yeah. Well, I look forward to reading that. Yeah, like I say, I haven't read any Graham Masterton for years, so I was hoping to pick up a few Graham Mastertons as part of my delving into secondhand bookshops and online for my collection of 80s horror novels. So yeah, that should go quite nicely with those. So that has been my dynamic delve into this month's Abominable Book Club offering. What do you think? Think it was do you think I made out well this time, or do you think it could have been better? I'm really pleased, actually. I'm looking forward to see what I get next month, and hopefully you'll be here alongside me as I open my box and delve into the world of the Abominable Book Club. Until then, I have been your host, and I would ask you to stay creepy. Thank you very much, and if you can, I would love it if you could hit that subscribe button and maybe ding my little bell, as it were. Thanks very much.